Hello, this is Spellbinder with this update on S.510 and Codex Alimentarius, the removal of nutrition. Yes, they want to take your vitamins away, and when they take those away, you'll become sick and die, and that's what they want. They make money while you're doing it, because they're giving their poisonous pharmaceuticals, and I'll tell you about that in a moment. This is Monday, September 20th article, 2010, by A. Goodwin on it's YUP Farming. Blogspot.com, and I'll have that at the bottom of the video here once I go as far as I can, because I'm not going to be able to get through it all. But this is how it starts. It says S.510 includes passage that would force harmonization with Codex Alimentarius. It is a name most people do not know, and one that the media has not exposed, though its consequences to human health would be extreme. Codex threatens the lives of millions through limiting access to adequate supplementation. From an open letter by Dr. Matthias Roth, a renowned cardiologist, sent to Helmut Kohl, the German counselor and one-time pharmaceutical lobbyist who introduced Codex to the world. He tells him, "This Codex Commission is overwhelmingly composed of representatives of German and international pharmaceutical corporations, and its aim is to set worldwide guidelines for vitamins, amino acids, minerals, and other dietary supplements. Spearheaded by the German pharmaceutical corporations, this Codex Commission plans to ban on a worldwide scale any health statement in relation to vitamins. It would prevent or therapeutic. Moreover, the only vitamin formulas which would still be available would have to meet the arbitrary restrictions of the Codex Commission. The nations that do not comply with these restrictions are faced with economic sanctions." So this private corporations and umbrella corporations of pharmaceuticals are going to try to control other countries by saying, we're going to sanction you. And the only way they can do that if they're working through the CFR and the IMF. And that's the only way I can see them doing it. How they'd sanction them. I mean, these private corporations, I don't know how they got any pull at all. They're just a corporation, right? No, apparently these are governments of the world, like the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers. These plans of the pharmaceutical corporations and Codex Commission are in direct opposition to the overwhelming importance of vitamins and other essential nutrients for the human health, and in particular for preventing cardiovascular disease. With this background, the attack of the Codex Commission is a desperate act by pharmaceutical companies to protect their worldwide drug market against naturally effective and much more affordable vitamins. That's right, nature doesn't make a $1,000 pill, but they do. They make a $1,000 heart treatment pill they have to take every day, and it costs $1,000 per pill. Imagine how much money they make off the patient. It's amazing. Disturbing is the spearheading role from the insurance companies that everybody pays into. Let me add that. Spearheading role of the German Pharmaceutical Corporation with the Codex Commission. Once before in this century, a German pharmaceutical and chemical corporation, IG Farben, became responsible for the deaths of millions of people and consequently was dismantled in 1946 by the Nuremberg Tribunal and split into Bayer, BASF, and Hochrecht. Now you remember that. That's Bayer, BASF. These are people that made the H1N1 flu vaccines also, or had parts in it. And seeing what happened last year, people dying, killed a whole bunch of people that were street people that they tried it out on because there was live viruses. With the current plans of the German pharmaceutical companies and predictable dimensions of their unnecessary and premature deaths of millions of people is unavoidable. If the Codex Commission is allowed to obstruct the eradication of heart disease by restricting access to nutritional supplements, more than 12 million people worldwide will continue to die every year. 12 million. It's part of Agenda 21. Another page. From premature heart attacks and strokes within the next generation alone. This would result in over 300 million premature deaths and more than all the wars of mankind together. This is more than Mao killed, more than Hitler killed, more than Stalin killed, more. These people and these private corporations are gonna kill more people than all these evil leaders in the history. Shoot, you probably go back to Nero's time and go from there, and they're still gonna kill more. This is going to be, and this is a year, 300 million a year. Man. Codex for the U.S. began on December 31st, 2009. There have been 5 bills so far this year to remove access to supplements. If one adds S.3767, introduced by Senator Leahy and Babakar and Franken. I wonder if that's Franken, the new senator. Oh, I know him. He's a card-carrying socialist commie. On September 13th, how dangerous are supplements that they are subject to FDA armed raids? Hazardous nutritional supplements, target of the FDA police raids. Annual deaths from FDA-approved drugs. 60 to 140,000 people a year die from their oil-based drugs that they make that's not made from anything natural. Food contaminations from these farms and whatever, these mega corporate factory farms. 9,100. Aspirin. 90 people a year die from taking aspirin. All vitamins. 0. Uncontaminated amino acids. 0. Commercial herbs. 0. See what I'm saying? They are killing you, not the natural herbs that you get from your natural vitamin shops around the country. Ones that I know of. And when I go to where they actually have crunched up herbs and stuff in capsules that you take. And it's not pharmaceutically made. Why is this happening? The logic is inescapable. Illness is worth money and health is worth $0. The FDA would be in charge of whatever agency is set up under S.510 and S.3767, which would destroy available and adequate nutrition. The dark history of the FDA's work to cut off knowledge and access to all treatments of cancer not coming from the pharmaceutical industry is extensive but mostly unknown. The current FDA bleeding, it doesn't have enough power to stop food contamination. See, with the eggs and everything, it had that because those were mega farms, and they were the mega corporate factory farms. Chickens in 12-inch cages that just sit there all day and lay eggs, and you wonder why they get salmonella. finds power when it comes to stopping gentle cancer treatments and safe treatments for pain, like natural herbs that will treat pain, not these pharmaceutical poisons, and loses it again when it comes to drugs causing thousands of heart attacks and deaths, and is silent on common pharmaceutical industry pain medications which routinely kill. The value of supplements is abundantly clear to the pharmaceutical industry. When they were the main support for Germany during World War II, it was a crime punishable by death to spread information in regard to nutrition in Norway, Belgium, Holland, and all other conquered countries. Wherever they were at, they were told that you've been caught, you'll be killed for telling people how to take care of themselves. They wanted you to be like in the concentration camps. Malnutrition. Stupid. By your being so weak, you're so malnutrition you couldn't even pay attention. So poor health-wise. D.T. Quigley, M.D., following American College of Surgeons and the National Malnutrition. Today, the FDA is involved in an ongoing unconstitutional effort to stop information about the effectiveness of supplements, especially those which offer alternatives to H1N1 vaccines. The FDA has been and increased its removal of freedoms around speech and health as related to food and vaccines and drugs. And now, just as they hope to control vast powers over food and remove supplements, has gone so far as to assess in court that there is no fundamental right to one's body and physical health. They say they own you, body and health. Do you believe this? These people are eugenicists. They're genocidists. They want you dead. This is part of Agenda 21, the next page. This is a necessity, legal accompaniment to the devastation that Codex would cause into forcing people into exposure to pharmaceutical industry's vaccines, which have become increasingly unsafe. Of course, they've been killing people, making you get Lou Gehrig's disease, where you sit there and you're lucky if you just get numb. Saying you're lucky you didn't die. You could be glad you just can't feel anything in your arms and legs anymore. And you're just, instead of being crippled. The removal of the rights is the focus of this video. And here it is. We become silent. The last days of health freedom. While people may sense that the consequences of maneuver and nutritional supplements would be serious, it is possible to see in advance that this would result from codex-compelled vitamins and mineral deficiencies. In view of the list, however, it is important to realize that these born are already sick with diseases, and certain groups, such as children, pregnant women, and elderly, would be impacted first, given their greatly elevated requirement for nutritional supplementation. And hypersupplementation to actually treat disease would be available. Adults who do not fall into these categories would become ill from lack of adequate nutrition, at which point they would join the ranks of the ill, and their own nutritional requirements to sustain lives would go up. This following list is a brief but not inclusive of hundreds of herbs or any other specially combined nutritional formulas, including those which absolute evidence of their effectiveness, the absence of which would mean death if you don't get these. Vitamin D, they're going to control that. It's beneficial for health. Vitamin A, it's good for your eyes and everything. You got to have vitamin A. Vitamin B, B1, B2, B3, B5, B6, B7. These are all nutritional, and they'll tell you in this article, which I'll have a link to at the bottom of this video, of what you can go over this, and you can see this is what they're going to take away from you, and you see if you don't die. I've heard they're going to make vitamin C like $20 a tablet, just about. At least $4 a tablet. So if you get 50 of them, 50 times 4, what is that? 4 50s? Oh my God, $200. Man, this animation requires real video. You'll see this about vitamin C and what happens if you don't get it. You get to see this here on vitamin E deficiency, vitamin K deficiency. They're going to take this all away. Iron deficiency. If you don't get enough iron, you die. If you don't get enough boron, you really get sick. And they're telling you that you got selenium deficiency. Look, to get fatigue, miscarriage, hyperthyroidism, lack of mental dexterity. That sounds like something they want. Melatonin deficiency. Yeah, melatonin deficiency. If you don't get enough sun, you get sick. You don't get enough vitamin D3. Magnesium deficiency. Look, and it does all this. Calcium deficiency. Make sure you take magnesium oxide with calcium. If you take calcium supplements, make sure you take magnesium with it, because if you don't, the calcium will actually eat your calcium out of your bones. It's a known fact. This is more of it. It says the Food and Drug Administration on Tuesday announced a gradual potential far-reaching effort to reduce the amount of salts in America consumed to bid to combat high blood pressure. It has nothing to do with high blood pressure, actually. It's a lie. They've been lying to you to set you up for this for a long time. I eat lots of salt and it have no effect on me. I like salt. I sit down and eat salt crystals at times. Man, 1985, 10-year study, near 8,000 Hawaiian Japanese men concluded no relation was found between salt intake and the incidence of strokes. 1995, 8-year study. See, it's all about soap. You're going to get to see this when you look at this article, and you're going to be pissed off and mad at these people, because I am. It is, ooh, salt deficiency will kill you. These guys down in the jungle couldn't get salt, and they almost died because they were sweating so bad they sweated all the salt out. And one guy just barely made it out with his buddy. I think his buddy may have died. I looked at, you can Google it, a guy dying of salt in the jungle, or almost dying of salt, lack of salt. There's a story out there about that. That's it. That's the whole story right there. But this is just part of the madness. This is unbelievable. I mean, this is what makes me mad. Them telling me what I can and can't do. I'm sorry, I did my research. I know what's good for me and what's bad for me. And they don't think you're doing your research, so they got to tell you or something. Yeah, this is that madness. No, I'm going to have to get off here. I'm at 14 minutes, 20-something seconds, about 30 seconds. And this is, I mean, I can only go over stuff so quickly on that article. I would like to show you that video part of it. Shoot, I might just do a part 2 on it, depending on how long that video is. Well, until next time, this is Spellbinder giving you an update on S.510 and the 3767, where they want to just take away everything from you and make you sick and die. Until then, good day.